So Operation Neptune is something that you guys are doing.
At the end of that, I'm never doing anything.
I said I'm never.
It was
doing
probably
that again.
2 weeks later we were planning to row across the channel.
Has this mental row across the channel? Have people done it before?
Stratford, the channel, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Equally as choppy.
Hi guys, and welcome to the podcast. How are you all feeling?
Yeah, good.
Very good.
Thank you. Yeah, good.
We were saying earlier, this is the first time on You Look Happier that we've actually had more than one guest, and we've had the sofa involved in the studio. So this is a new one for us. Obviously, I know who you guys are, but the listeners might not. So could you explain to me and the listeners a little bit about how you guys know each other, first of all?
Yeah, so I'm Jacob. I coach at Wildcard on sort of part-time, which Priz owns. That's how we all know each other. That's how I know them, yeah.
So Wildcard is a gym?
Yep.
Yeah, Wildcard's a gym. Set up 2017, based in Fargo Village.
Okay.
It was an old warehouse. Now it looks slightly better than an old warehouse, I'd hope. But yeah, strength and conditioning gym. So lifting, CrossFit, high rocks, that style of fitness. Let's say. Yeah.
And so you guys didn't know each other. You own the gym. You all just met from training there?
Yeah. So I started training there in 2018, and then I think I started coaching in 2023.
Hand selected these two as my finest coaches. But as a bit of a coincidence, my background's Royal Marines. Connor here was also was a Royal Marine, just leaving. Jacob is ex-army. Oh, well.
Yeah, in July I'll be ex-army.
Now, this is something that I'm really interested in. So, obviously, Jacob, I know you.
Yeah.
And I've always said that I wanted anybody that's ever served, I wanted them to come onto the podcast. So, obviously, we're here to talk about Operation Neptune and what you guys are up to. But tell me a little bit about Marine. So, you were a Marine as well. Army, nearly ex-army.
Yeah. Almost.
I'll start with you, Jacob. How long were you in the army for?
So when I leave, it'll be 9 years I was in. So I started in 2017, and then was with a unit called First Fusiliers, which is down south, for 6 years, and then went and trained recruits from like day one to 6 months in. So they passed out and then went to battalion, and then I finished my career with Royal Irish, which are based in Shropshire.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And in terms of, a lot of my listeners might not have any clue about like the army and stuff like that. So you lived away from home?
Yeah. So I lived down south in a place called Tidworth, which is like near Salisbury.
And how often could you come back?
When it's like normal working business, like every weekend or every other weekend. And then when you go away, obviously you go away from 6 weeks to 6 months, all depending on what it is you're doing.
Wow. Okay. In terms of you guys, tell me about the Marines.
So I spent 8 years in the Marines. Was very fortunate to be based at a recce troop for 3 of those years. So managed to get on some pretty cool deployments to Norway 3 times, which was kind of like the main effort at the time.
Wow.
Which I think still is, to be fair. But yeah, 3-month deployments out there, learning some like Arctic warfare stuff, which is very cool.
You guys are really modest. I find that really, really interesting. I said this before we started recording. I just want to talk about that the whole time. So, Arctic warfare. Did you just say?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's
warfare in the Arctic.
a lot of digging in the snow. Basically, it's a lot of digging in the snow. It sounds quite cool, but the reality is potentially not as cool.
Right.
Yeah, it's just how to basically survive in extreme conditions. So like down to -20, and be like an effective soldiering force still, even in those conditions.
Does sound cool.
Yeah, it does sound cool.
It does sound cool.
Sounds cold, but the reality is always a bit different. Yeah. But yeah, it is cool. We did get to do some cool stuff as well. So
okay,
yeah.
In terms of tours and stuff like that, obviously Norway, was that considered a tour or?
It's considered a training exercise,
right,
really.
okay.
A deployment would be like a better way of saying it. Yeah, so I joined 2016, similar time to when Jacob joined. And yeah, because of that, me and Jacob, well, I definitely did anything kinetic. It was kind of like humanitarian stuff.
Peacekeeping.
Things like that, as opposed to anything which was a little bit more kind of dangerous, I'd suppose. So, yeah, lucky to
A
avoid
lot of
that,
it
I
nowadays
suppose.
is more like teaching other armies how to do things and stuff like that.
What, as in not the British army or the country's armies?
Yeah, it's like Ukraine would be the main effort. It's like in 2018 we went to Ukraine to teach them, and then that become, now the war's kicked off, a big main effort from the British army. But they're coming to England now and being taught by British soldiers.
You see, you know it if you're in it. No idea that happened. So thank you for sharing that. And yourself, Priz?
Yeah, I'm. Said we'd avoid this, but I'm slightly older than these guys. So I did 10 years in the Marines, 2004 to 2014. And I guess my sort of main effort when I was in was Afghan. So I did 3 7-month tours of Afghan. I did various other bits. I got around the world a few times and did an exchange with the New Zealand Army, which was cool. So I lived there for a while. But yeah, it kind of all centered around Afghanistan, and it was quite lucky or unlucky, depending which way you look at it. That I got lots of action, and
Wow.
yeah, it's good.
Thank you for sharing that.
That's right.
In terms of, I mean, I've just said it. You guys are very modest. Are you desensitised to the fact that you've all served, and it's like, yeah, I went to Afghan, I was in.
I think anyone that's served, and then you speak to other people that serve, everything. Nothing's as glamorous as you think. It's the same as any job. Someone might say to you, "Oh, wow, you've got a podcast." Similar to what we were just chatting about. That means editing and messing about with some program that you can't get your head around. Yeah. Things going wrong, trying to film it, set it up. But on the surface, everyone's like, "Wow, that must be really glamorous,"
cool,
and you're like, "Yeah, it's really cool." Yeah, knowing the truth type thing. And the military's a bit like that. I think if you're in, someone will say, "Oh, I did sort of Arctic training." Anyone else will be like, "Oh, that's really cool."
Yeah. Literally
I'm
just
thinking,
like me.
"Wow, you're freezing. You're eating rations for weeks on end. You're digging in the snow, trying to survive." Like, it's not as fun as it might seem.
Military's like 90% waiting and bullshitting, 10% actually doing something fun.
And even the Afghans, 90% sitting about for 10% of cool shit.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, you're breaking my heart here.
It's all like the adverts. It's all like the adverts. Yeah. It is going to be seen.
Not just a guy from Blythe?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
that's
that the Army?
The Navy.
Oh, is it? Yeah, the Navy. So, Marines, Army, what's the difference? Is there
Bit of a delicate subject.
It depends who you ask, but you ask your Marines are better.
Yeah, if you ask anyone else, they're not. they're just wetter, and that's it. They shower more. That is.
They're normally slightly better looking, but
and modest too. Okay, I don't know if it was when we've met previously. Was it you that was explaining to me the difference between the SAS and the SBS?
Yeah.
Have we had a chat about that before?
Yeah. So I think historically, SAS was Army, SBS was Marines. Now it doesn't matter.
So the Marines, not the Navy. Is that something
we're
completely different?
part of the Navy. It's kind of like we're an amphibious force. So we would deploy from Navy vessels. So that would be our kind of main method of entry, as well as being able to jump in and do other skills. Our main method would be kind of via sea. Army, I suppose, more of a land-based.
Yeah.
But then it depends completely on the current climate. So when I say, for my 10 years, it revolved around Afghanistan, well, there was no real water there. So no one was doing amphibious landings. There was no ships. There was no boats. So, yeah, technically we're in the Navy. We come under there, but we were just doing a land-based job. So So maybe we weren't using some of our skills, but then we didn't need to. So.
Yeah, because there was no water.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. You've touched on it a little bit about not rivalry, but different
friendly rivalry.
Yeah. I've heard of this before, and obviously I know very, very little, but I'm always annoying people by asking because I'm very patriotic and I like learning.
But yeah, we joke about so one of the things Marines are known for is hygiene, And
lack of or
no, the opposite.
Okay.
Overly hygiene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when would have been my first tour of Afghan. We got out to Camp Bastion, which is like the main camp you'll get deployed from. So you'll go there first, and then you'll push out to wherever you're going. And I remember getting there, and they'd been there 7 months. They'd had no issues. We were there, I think it was like 48 hours, and the water ran dry because everyone was having like 5 showers a day because it was so sweaty and we were so clean. And the parents were like, "What on earth are you guys doing?"
Yeah, but they'd look at you like you're the problem.
I know.
You're
Yeah. We were like,
there,
"Have you not been using the showers?" They were like, "No." It's just a thing they pride themselves on.
I did a course with the Marines once, and we'd wake up in the morning, everyone would have a shower, and then we'd go to the pool at say midday, and they'd shower before they even left to go to the pool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like,
Every morning.
but you've showered. No, but you've already showered the morning.
Right.
So they're showering again before. I just couldn't get my head around it.
What is that then? Is that taught in training?
Yeah. Yeah, you're taught to pretty much shower.
Shit's in it.
Yeah, it's for ship hygiene. It stems
there's
from
reason,
like Navy
right?
hygiene. Yeah, because if somebody gets something on a Navy vessel, obviously because you're in such a confined space, bunks are like three deep and only up to kind of like 6 foot high.
Right.
It means like everyone will get it basically if you're crabby.
Goes like wildfire.
Yeah.
So if someone's got like diarrhea, vomiting or something, it'll just go straight through the place.
Okay.
So hygiene is quite important.
Wow.
Whereas I guess their background, like Jacob said, formed sort of World War times where maybe it didn't matter as much to be super clean.
I will give it to them though. At least within their training now, they're very proud, and they keep the history that they have within. Whereas like when I was at training recruits in depot, it's very hard to keep it because now they can't choose where they go. Whereas Paras, they still choose to go Paras, if that makes sense.
Tell me a little bit about that then. So
lads would join. So say back when I joined, you'd pick a battalion and you'd know which one you want to go to. Whereas now they do phase 1 and they get told which unit they're going to.
No.
So it's very different with the Paras. So at least they've got, when I was there anyway, you could see that they had way more pride about it because they knew who they were training, and those guys would then go to their respective battalions and
I guess that's similar with Marines. Like if you're going to join the Marines, you are joining the Marines. You can't be like, oh, I'll try. Oh, actually, I might join it. Like you go and you say, I want to join the Marines. You do your test. You go down to a place called Limpston. You do your training. You either pass that sort of a year later and you're a Royal Marine, or you don't. And there's black and white.
Like that.
Yeah, it was killer. Yeah.
I've heard about this kind of the training and stuff like that. I used to work with a guy that was he was trying to become a para, and like amazingly fit, ridiculously sort of fit for the job, obviously in my stupid opinion, but he had a tiny heart murmur and like literally it broke his heart. It was like, no, someone else had asthma. They said no.
I had asthma, I had to deflect or defer for 2 years. So I tried when I was 18 and they wouldn't let me in at first because I had asthma.
Oh my God. Okay. So, and we will get onto this, but say if I wanted to become a Marine.
You can now.
You can.
What do you mean now?
They've just opened up to women, but no woman has passed as of yet. There's 2 currently in training, but they're both injured, so they're not going anywhere at the minute. But no female has passed training as of yet.
Wow. So I mean, I would never pass. I'm not saying
company.
that I'd be able to, but
2 or 3 have passed P company.
Yeah, it was kind of the last. For whatever reason, I don't know, people joke about it or real reasons or whatever, but yeah, it was one of the only jobs still only open to men up until, it was only a few years ago.
It was a couple of years ago. It was a couple of years ago because I was still in at the time.
Yeah.
So they have opened it up and said like, okay, but no one's actually got through the training portion yet.
Right.
So, like I say, there's a couple in because my nephew is currently training, so he's down there at the minute. He says there's 2 in there.
Okay, amazing.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We'll have a female Marine before you know it.
Sorry for him.
She'll be on the papers and everything the moment she passes.
Well, yeah, there is that. She'll be pretty famous.
Yeah. So there's the Army, there's the Navy, there's the Air Force.
Yeah, RAF,
Is that the 3 pillars of?
Yeah, Navy, RAF, Army.
Okay, so if I wanted to be in the SAS, I would need to go through the Army.
Not necessarily.
No,
you can join at any branch.
Yeah,
so it
it's
used to
about
be a
it,
bit
yeah.
more like channeled, but
It's
realistically,
service.
as long as you
Yeah,
joined the military in like
And you're good enough.
Yeah.
they'll put you through selection.
Okay.
You'll go through that, and then if you pass, obviously selection,
Right.
Yeah, then you'll be good to go.
If I wanted to join the paras, would I go through the army?
Yeah, you'd have to go. You'd go
Okay.
to Catterick, which is up north, and you'd go to ITC, so Infantry Training Centre, and you'd go there and you'd for 6 months.
Right. Okay. If I wanted to be a marine, I'd go through the navy.
You actually wouldn't. You'd go through the Marines. That's where it's weird. So umbrellas, we come under the Navy umbrella, but like I was saying before, you literally have to go to the Armed Forces Centre and say, I want to be a Marine. They'll be
In Coventry City Centre.
yeah, that's where I
Okay.
went. That's where I went.
Is it?
Yeah, many years ago. And
I got offered.
It is a Navy AFCO, though, isn't it? Or the AFCO is like Navy.
but
Army.
even then, it might have changed. So when I walked in, I said, I want to join the Marines. I don't know why. It was a really stupid backstory where I used to hang about down Bedworth Skate Park. And a dude there went and was like, I'm off to join the Marines. And he failed and he came back. I was young at the time. And he was basically giving it loads, like, to all of us. Like, he was like, no one could pass that. It's like the hardest thing ever. Obviously, it planted a bit of a seed in my mind. And I was like, right, we'll see about that. Such a stupid career choice like that. But I wanted to join the military of some sort. So I was like, right, this is what I want to do. And I remember walking in there and saying I wanted to join the Marines. Straight away, they said, take a seat. And an army dude came out, and I was like, I don't want to join the army. And they were like, wow, you don't really know, do you? And I was like, well, yeah, kind of. And then the Navy, they were like, okay, we'll chat with this Navy bus. I was like, I don't want to join the Navy. And then they had to get the Marine dude from upstairs, sort of like a special request, because, if you didn't push it a bit, they were trying to get me to sign up to all sorts.
It's lethal though when you go there. Though.
They just want you in. So you had to be quite sure about what you wanted. And then I met the Marine and I was sold. I was like, yeah, that's for me type thing. So, yeah.
Wow. Thank you for that, because that's just an insight that I wouldn't even have thought of.
But it is weird because, again, like when you're doing the paperwork, it all says Navy on it, but then like you don't necessarily go near. I did a stint on ship, or a couple of stints on ship before with the Navy, but I mean it was few and far between. You wouldn't see them day to day.
Navy were blue kit, aren't they?
Yeah.
Whereas you're MTP, so it wouldn't.
Yeah. You'd have
What
a
was
few
that
medics.
thing that you just said then?
MTP, so like the camo.
Multi-terrain.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what we wear, and that's what they wear as well. Whereas Navy wear like are they like overalls or something like that?
Yeah, it's
Blue.
just like a dark blue
Yeah.
overalls, basically. It's exactly the same kind of kit, just dark blue.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I've watched a lot of films, so that is my knowledge. Lone Survivor, are they Marines?
No,
Navy SEALs?
they're SEAls, yeah.
Navy SEAls, they're American.
SEAls,
You-
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Navy Seals,
Okay.
yeah.
So we don't need to go into that too much.
No. Good film, though.
It's a good film.
Yeah.
Great
Very
film.
good film.
Okay, I think I've exhausted all of my own personal questions. Obviously, we've touched on boats and water. This now brings us to why you guys are here. So, Operation Neptune is something that you guys are doing. Jacob, if you could give the listeners a bit of an explanation, what is it and why are you doing it?
So we're rowing in a 4-man rowboat given to us by Rannoch Adventures, and we're rowing from Southampton dock all the way to Normandy Beach, which is recreating the route that the British Allied forces did on D-Day. Not to be confused with the Americans that left from Portsmouth. Someone messaged the other day saying, "Oh, they left from Portsmouth." I'm going to stop you right there. No, they didn't.
Good.
They left from Southampton, which is where Canadian and British left from, and then obviously landed on Normandy Beach. And the beach we're landing on is the beach that the British forces landed on. So there's like swords, golds, and we're landing on, I think it's golds. I can't remember now.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's unpick that a little bit. A 4-man rowing boat.
Yeah.
So there's 3 of you here. Who's the 4th man? Me? Yeah, am I
If you
coming
want
back?
to, yeah. Yeah.
You're rowing 4 days a week. Sean, but that's Priz's friend.
Is he in Glasgow? Is that one?
He is.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So he's ex-Marines. He's now in the finance world of all things. But yeah, lives up in Glasgow. Good friend of mine. We wanted to keep it a bit in-house, so we're after another Marine or or Army, or
other.
Preferably marine. Preferably.
And he's done a few bits with the gym before with Wildcard. So yeah, we asked him and he's keen. So
Okay, love that. Right, so you are rowing from Southampton to Normandy, one of the Normandy beaches. Before you guys came into the studio, I was speaking to Taylor about this, and Taylor actually Googled, like, how far away is it? And Google couldn't even tell us because, like, to say, no, say a boat, say how long it would take. How long are you planning for this to take you guys?
36 to 48 hours, we'd say. But it all depends on weather, tide, ships.
Yeah.
There's a lot to go into it.
Okay.
it adds like an extra element because if you get the weather and the tides with you,
It'll
you
fly.
could have quite a good crossing and fly across. If you don't, it could take a while.
Painful.
Yeah.
I think, what was she saying? If the wind at the moment was it northeastern, which would be going with us, but then it's changing to southwestern, which would be going against us. So it depends what time we tend to leave.
In the day or of the year?
Of the year.
Okay,
So
so
I
you
think
guys
it's
did
right
it
on the cusp when it
June?
changes. So
June
5th
is when we set
Yeah,
off.
landing June 6th, which is the actual anniversary of D-Day. So.
Okay.
Well, if the weather goes
Yeah,
with us.
Yeah.
8th of June.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did this idea come about? Why have you guys decided? Because this is mental, amazing, but this is going to be a challenge. So why are you doing it?
I'd say it was your idea, technically.
So Jacob does an annual challenge, which I'm sure you know a bit about, but he's done various. In fact, if you want to, your challenges, tell us about them.
So, 24-hour run I did, which was for the Rally for Hallie campaign, which you watched me finish as well. You were there.
Yeah.
So 24-hour run, just 5 miles around my house, continuous 24 hours. And then I did a 24-hour cycle, which it was quite boring, to be honest. Then me and Priz did the 3 castles last year, which was a 70-mile tab or yom. Yeah.
What's that? What?
I'm moving, carrying kit, so we had 20k in a backpack. Bergen, we call it, but like on our back.
Right.
And basically, we just came up with this route so that visit the 3 castles around the Midlands, so Tamworth, Kenilworth,
really
Warwick,
good route.
back to the gym. So we started at the gym. It took us
25 hours, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was awful.
So you walked from
I'm going to get closer. It was awful.
We went Wildcard to Tamworth Castle to Warwick Castle to Kenilworth Castle, back to the gym.
And you walked this with 20 kilo
Well, we tried
bags.
to run at times.
When it was like sometimes we went downhill and it was just impossible to walk, so we just ran it.
It's basically a bit of a military thing, like a yomp or a tab is sort of covering the ground. So if you needed to be part of a battle and it's 20 miles away, how are you going to get there ready to fight with all your kit?
Right, okay.
So yeah, I mean, you generally walk. It's a fast walk. If you can, maybe a bit of a
Fast walk.
bit of a jog. But I mean, yeah.
Why was that one so awful, lads?
I have no idea.
I think it was
awful.
because I joined you, didn't I, just for a few loops of the run and stuff. I think we were saying because the other ones were time limited, so it was like, wow, okay, I'm putting the effort in, but in 18 hours time, it's over, whatever, like wherever you're at. Whereas because we were trying to get somewhere,
It was distance covered, wasn't it?
yeah, and it was just getting more and more demoralising. You'd like do a bit of a map check, and we'd be like, still got
But the first,
so many
the
miles
first
to
2
go.
legs. What was the first leg? 29 miles.
Yeah.
No, sorry. The first leg was 24 miles. The
So that's
second leg,
Wildcard to Tamworth.
yeah, and then the second leg, which was Tamworth to Kenilworth, was 29 miles. So after doing 24, which is just short of a marathon, which took us 5 hours, something like that, we're like, oh great, we've got that again and more.
That was it. The sun had just gone down.
Yeah,
we
it was
were
just like-
in Tamworth, and we were only done leg 1, and we were just dead to the world. We were like, this is not good. And then it started raining. It was just like sideways rain all night.
It's rained from like midnight or something to like 9 in the morning. Or something
And we're having, we were getting like members were coming out to join us. Like Wildcard members would join us on various bits just to like cheer us up. But I mean, couldn't even talk to them, could we?
No, just like
they were all scared to say anything because they were like, "Don't speak, don't annoy them."
How did you finish that though? You completed
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah, finished
How
it,
did you get through it? if it was this bad? I mean, that sounds awful.
I don't know.
But how did you do it?
One foot from the other, wasn't it? Like, it was...
Yeah, I don't know whether to us it's maybe not that mental. Again, it could be the military thing. Like, like we were never going to fail. There was at no point. Like people would come and then they'd be like, right, I'm going to leave you here, and they'd phone an Uber, and the Uber would pull up, and me and Jacob were just looking at it like, oh. And because we're not out in the middle of nowhere, you know, it was in the middle of Kenilworth. I literally could have just phoned an Uber and gone home, but
of course,
I don't know, that is just not on the table.
No, the fact of like saying, oh, actually, yeah, it got too. It's that saying it's too hard to do.
Yeah,
we now can't do it because it's that hard. When actually it wasn't. It was just shit.
But I did say at the end of that, I'm never doing anything.
I said I'm never.
And it was
doing
probably
that again.
2 weeks later we were planning to row across the channel. I think we enjoy it secretly.
It was,
and it's so good that obviously the money raised for the good causes.
Yeah.
Like,
what did we raise for that one? 3,700.
I should know that. Yeah, it was
3,700, something like that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it, you know, just being in that position to make a difference to people like that, doing something that we do essentially enjoy. You know, you can get onto these good causes and then just, you know, publicise again the social media on the go.
Yeah.
Everyone's chipping in a bit of cash, and it's good. It's good
we had
for everyone.
A funny moment. A member called Paul met us at like 10 o'clock or something like that.
Is this on the castles?
This is on the castles, and I put in legs, like 5 mile legs, so where people can meet us and where they can finish. So then people knew where to get like drop cars if they wanted to pair up. And I put one wrong, so he was supposed to do like 3 hours with us. He did like 8 because I got it wrong. And I was like, oh, sorry, mate.
And the best thing was he couldn't moan because he wasn't carrying any kit, so he was just with nothing. So he said every time he went to moan, he turned around and looked at us and was like, oh, I can't even
I can't even moan.
I can't even talk.
Wow. Okay. So you've done the challenges for charity and stuff like that, and then this one sort of came about.
Yeah. So we wanted to do a swim, didn't we?
Originally.
Yeah. And then we're like, all right, well, let's swim the channel. But then we're like, it's been done before. It doesn't sound exciting. Doesn't hit home. I'm swimming the channel. And I was like, yeah.
Also, Jacob wears armbands.
Yeah. Also can't swim. Can't swim. Yeah. The fact that can't swim, won't swim, don't like swim. Yeah. And then you said, oh, let's swim to Normandy. That was the original. That's what you said.
Which was a ridiculous idea.
Yeah, and then we were like, yeah, let's do it.
Well, no, I think we said what we could do was like stints. So in my head,
relay, that was it.
Yeah, in my head, we maybe had some sort of boat, and one person would be in the water at a time swimming, and then you'd swap in, which would be a cool challenge.
That would be cool.
Cold challenge.
We Googled it, didn't we?
Really
it was like ChatGPT was like, this is like almost certain death.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So we were like, okay. And then was it you that suggested the row?
I
actually know how the row came into it.
I think I suggested it, and then we rubbished it because, of the reasons that we are up against that it's such a busy shipping lane. So I think that's what it was saying about the swim, wasn't it? You can do the shortest point, but doing a longer way, the way we're going, is quite a busy shipping lane. There's lots of bigger ships that, you know, could just take you out. So we weren't sure whether it was possible, but here we are.
Oh my
it's
God.
looking like it might be
possible.
So just a question on that then. For the D-Day landings, is it the exact same route, or are you having to...
Nah, I mean, it'll be as exact as we can get it.
So why because they thought that they'd take the shortest route, didn't they? And then they
it was
tricked
like
them.
a deception plan,
Yeah,
so it's quite a lot longer, isn't it? The shortest is like...
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah,
20, shortest is like 22 miles, which is Dover to Calais, which is what they thought. I think the Germans...
That was the obvious.
Yeah, put all their effort down there. And then they went from Southampton / Portsmouth to Normandy, which is 85 to 100 miles, if not more, depending. The thing is, though, that's straight line.
Right.
But it's never going to happen. Even when you look at a channel swim, it's like this.
You've got to dodge all the boats coming.
Well, the boats, but then also it's the tide at times. So, like, if you went straight across, if you went there at, say, a certain time, it'd wash you out. So you have to then kind of go around it. So it's not going to be a straight route. It's going to kind of do more of an S shape. So at the moment, it's 100 miles, but could be more.
It's giving me anxiety hearing you guys talk about this, which is why it's so special. And you have my full respect for this.
Giving me anxiety.
Yeah, the more we speak about
Get
it,
on
it's
to
not a bad
how
idea,
it's
actually.
This is real.
So you came up with the idea. There's going to be 4 of you rowing.
It was 2 originally, wasn't
We
it?
actually had the choice,
Yeah.
and it is as simple as there's 2 of you, it's going to take X amount of time. If there's 4 of you,
Yeah, it won't take
you
as
could
long.
do it faster.
Well, that sounds better. Let's
And
do
we
that.
were like, oh, shall we get 4 in? It's also easier to get a bit of, if you have 4 of you pushing it, it's a bit, get the public on side and get everyone involved.
Yeah.
You raise more money. So we were like, let's go with a 4-man crew.
Okay.
Make our lives slightly easier.
I love
They
that.
said it would be a minimum of 2 days if it was 2
Yeah, if it was, and
so,
we'd pretty much have to non-stop row, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Whereas at the moment, we're going to have like a bit of respite, like hour on, hour off, 2 hours on, 2 hours off. Whereas if it was just me and him, it'd just be in that seat for 48 hours, if not more.
Or you're rowing on your own and it's a pretty lonely place. But
Yeah. And probably wouldn't get anywhere.
maybe in future.
Yeah, maybe there.
That could be the next one, maybe.
Yeah.
So you're saying about the 1 hour. How is this all going to work? I'm thinking like sleep. Are you guys going to sleep on this thing?
I was saying probably not.
Probably not much.
No, it's
You
so
don't have
short,
Right.
36. We've all
Yeah.
done stints of sleep dev. So it's might as well just...
You'd be having an hour to max 2 hours of rest. Realistically, you'd be concentrating more on eating and kind of getting calories back in and resting.
Then also
Okay.
supporting the 2 that are rowing.
exactly.
Like if you need something, you can't get up and get it, so I'd go get it for you and whatever.
Somewhere along my life, I've acquired this skill where I can sleep for like 5 minutes exactly, and it feels like I've had
And
a
that's
night's
not the military,
sleep.
that's parenting. Nothing to do with the military.
And it blows my missus' mind. I'll be like, babe, I'm so tired. I'm just going to go for a sleep. And I'll go upstairs. And then I literally come back down the stairs. And she's like, I thought you were having a sleep. I'm like, I'm done. And she's like, oh my God,
I'm done
what's
for 2
wrong
days.
with you? But
Fuck
it's
out.
such a good skill. I do it all the time. I do it in the middle of the day. I'm just literally just close my eyes, wake up, and I'm like, cool, I'm good to go.
Oh my God.
So
Do it during this podcast.
you might not be having a sleep, but I definitely will be.
I'm saying that now.
Little 10 minutes,
Yeah.
it'll be glorious.
Okay, so the food and everything, all of this is going to be. How big is this boat? By the way,
Massive, I should have thought.
It's
big,
bigger,
to be
it's
fair.
bigger than you think.
Yeah.
is it as big as this room?
Bigger, I'd say. In
A
terms
little
of
bit longer.
Long, actually.
Yeah.
You've got 4
Okay.
seats, a cabin on one end to sleep in, and then a cabin
But when
cabin
you,
on the other
I
end.
feel like cabin's misleading.
Yeah,
let me
like
get-
a cupboard. That's probably a more accurate
Yeah, a
description.
drawer.
It's
Okay.
quite small.
It's not like an ensuite cabin or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's
Right.
There you go.
Okay. And what are you guys? What are you going to be wearing? Like scuba suits? What are you going to be wearing? I'm purposely asking.
budgie smugglers
like,
if I have my way.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. Oh yeah, it's quite a big boat then.
Yeah, so it's
what I'll
like-
do is I'll post
photo
that.
of
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
Just so that we can see it. Are you being serious about the budgie smugglers?
I mean, I'm sure they'll come out at some
Depends on the weather,
We've
doesn't
got-
it?
Well, it is
It depends
June.
on the weather. If the weather's good, then budgie smugglers all the way. But I
We've
think
got the when we did the 3 castles, we did the first 20 hours in Union flag.
short
I saw them. They were
Shorts,
great.
yeah.
shorts.
So probably start on them and then see where the weather takes us from there.
Fantastic.
We're supposed to get wetsuits. That's what the company is saying to us, which we still need to get.
I think there's probably
like-
more to the dress code than
We're taking them.
maybe we're not taking it seriously.
Helmets.
Things like chafing,
Yeah.
staying dry,
Yeah.
is a big one. I've had a few people say that, like once you get wet in certain places, you don't get dry and you know your skin just falls apart. It's I've been in the sea for ages and
Yeah.
stuff, so we'd probably have to think about that like a grown up at some point.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
A few days before, we'll figure it out.
I'm sure that you guys will be absolutely fine because of obviously your careers and what you've, sleeping in the snow, Arctic kind of stuff. The fact that you're doing this for a charity, talk to me about that. Why this charity? Why is it important to you?
I think the main one is that it's local. So it's a Coventry-based charity that are helping local people as well as others.
Okay.
And it's to do with like helping families and kids, which obviously me being a father, because being a father is important to us.
Yeah.
Because we never know when we might need it if we
Uh-huh.
ever did. So I'd say that's why. Rather than going to like a big one where we don't really know where the money's going, we don't know the owners, whereas we know the owners of Hallie's Hideaway. I've spoke to both of them on the phone. Really grateful, really supportive. So it's great to be able to just speak to them rather than just, I set up a GoFundMe and the money goes to wherever. But
Exactly.
we know exactly where it's going and who it's helping. And with our last one as well, which was Lily May Foundation, Beck Priz's wife said as well, she's like, a person came up to me in my work and said, we've dealt with that charity before, which is really nice to hear.
It's more personal, isn't it?
Yeah, rather than just like, we're doing this for a big charity. We're doing it for these people.
I'm very sceptical of big charities as well.
Same.
You know, a lot of people fundraise for them and you don't really see the results of that.
Yeah, or where it actually goes.
Yeah.
I did it with the Alzheimer's Society, raised quite a lot of money for a boxing match, and then it's in a GoFundMe thing, and then it just goes, and you can't see the trail of where it's actually gone. But with this one...
Yeah, we've had loads of support from Kim and Jamie, and they've given us one of the houses they've given us to use the night before we row.
Oh, amazing.
So, you know what I mean? We're getting loads of support from them. They're making us T-shirts, they're constantly messaging how things are going, how they can help. Whereas if we did, like I said, did it for one of the big ones, we can get anything.
No.
Yeah, so...
Okay, so the charity itself is called Hallie's Hideaway.
Yes.
I know Jamie.
Yeah.
So I've never met Kim.
Yeah.
This, please correct me if I've got any of this wrong, but Hallie's Hideaway are basically a charity providing holiday homes or a place to stay for parents who have poorly children.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. So they've got them like kitted out to deal with the maybe issues that they have, whatever that may be, rather than just like an Airbnb. It's specific for them, and then they've got the support there that they need if they should need any extra support.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think they do supporting events as well for the parents.
Yeah.
Of both children that are real and bereaved parents. So they do quite a lot of really good stuff.
A special charity then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'll do when this goes out, I'll put the links and everything for the charity. And massive respect to you guys for choosing that. As you say, not a massive big one that you don't, you know, RSPCA or whatever. This is personal and you know where the money's going and it's a good cause.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the charity that you're doing it for. Has this mental row across the channel, have people done it before?
As far as we're aware, no.
Okay.
And we've spoke to 2 or 3 rowing companies who have given us boats and stuff, who have also agreed that it hasn't been done. So we are waiting to get confirmation that it hasn't. But as far as we're aware, it ain't.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I'm not massively shocked by this because it sounds mental.
Because it sounds stupid.
Yeah. But so it's potentially, as far as you guys are aware, not been done before. 4 of you are rowing, and it could take, 2 days, hopefully, if the tides and everything
Hopefully less.
are on, less, are on your side. In terms of promoting this challenge, getting more people aware of it, what do we need to do here? So you've got a social media?
Yeah, which is at Operation Neptune 2.
Okay.
On Instagram, yeah.
On Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram.
Okay. Are you on TikTok?
No.
For the listeners, I asked the lads this before we started, and Jacob actually said no, and I refused to ever go on TikTok. Yeah. Now, a lot of my followers, myself, have TikTok. That is a good way to promote what you're doing. So who's going to start the TikTok? I'm not offering, but who's going to start a TikTok account?
I feel like Connor is.
Oh, okay.
He's the youngest one out of us.
Yeah.
So.
But
I have this a lot because the gym's not on TikTok.
No, I just can't.
And I get a lot of people saying why, because we do a lot of reels, a lot of videos.
Yeah.
And literally just link it up and post it there. But
I just can't.
There's a
bring
bit
it.
of
it's something we can look into. It's definitely something we can look into. Because at the moment we've got Instagram, but that's kind of the main
That's your
area.
one feed.
It is, yeah. It's the main thing that we're putting all our videos and stuff on. So,
but like you say, it's just we just get the real post
You
on
post
TikTok.
the exact same thing.
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
can't bring myself to download it.
Yeah.
So with my podcast, I'll create it on like a platform to create the clips. I put it on Instagram. I copy and paste the exact same caption and I put it onto TikTok. It's not difficult, but the reach of people, we can get more people aware of this.
yeah.
And obviously you're on here today, so we're promoting it that way. In terms of, getting more people aware, what else do we need to do? Obviously, the gym will know all about it.
Yeah,
of course. They will.
Yeah.
So looking at obviously doing this, maybe getting on the radio, or we've reached out to, what's the magazine you reached out to?
Oh, so there's like a weekly newsletter you get for the Marines if you sign up to kind of like the RMA or the Royal Marine Charity. And like they'll post current events, things like that. So we've had like what we're doing posted on the weekly email. I have inquired about the magazine, but I'm not entirely sure if we're going to get mentioned in it yet because the charity isn't a Royal Marine Charity. But they've still posted us on the weekly newsletter, so it has already been posted, which is good.
Fabulous.
But it's just trying to find avenues like that, really.
Yeah.
Considering all four of us are kind of ex-vets from the military, it's trying to find different avenues, potentially people that are, again, ex-vets that can push it out.
Yeah.
That'll be like quite a good supporting community to help us try and raise awareness, really.
Yeah. We can get on TV as well, that'd be great. But again, it's just whether or not people will have some issues that we've had before, especially with sponsors. If they've said no to sponsoring us because we've only got 260 followers on Instagram, and they said they want a minimum of 10,000. So,
let alone what you guys are actually doing. This is
that's
it
what I
makes
said.
me
I was
really
like,
angry.
It's the way life works.
Yeah,
I know.
That's what I said. So is what we're doing and not enough. It has to be that we have this many followers. But
I think we're all trying to kind of get a bit more tech savvy.
Yeah.
I think it probably doesn't come very naturally to us all, but like as it's going forward with the gym and stuff as well, it's becoming quite a driving factor of kind of promoting businesses and things like that. So we all are trying to get a head around it and making it quite accessible.
Well, I will help in any way that I can. So obviously this will go out to the people that listen or watch my podcast, and I'll repost anything that you guys are doing on my social media. I've already asked people that follow like the account for the podcast to give you guys a follow, because
I got a few followers off that.
Did you actually?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Great. This is massive. I hate the rowing machine in the gym. I think I've done 10
So do we.
Yeah. I think I've done about 10 minutes and that's it. You guys need more credit for what you're doing, especially what you're doing it for. And if you do it in budgie smugglers or Union Jack shorts, I just think that's fantastic. Chafing or not chafing.
Followers.
Yeah.
There it is.
There's an idea for a content post.
Yeah.
So we need to push this as much as we possibly can.
Yes.
So we're now in February. Are we still in February?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah. You're doing this in June.
Yeah.
In terms of training leading up to this, what's the plan? Carrying it forward alongside promoting it.
Connor's really enjoying training at the moment, so I'll let him take that.
Yeah. Oceans Ready is a company that we've reached out to. We've got a really good coach, Gus, who's been giving us
big up
big up Gus.
Individual programs. So it's all the same. We'll be doing the same workouts essentially. It's 4 times a week, 3 rowing sessions, 1 kind of cardiovascular like cycling workout,
right?
Just to build up that kind of endurance and tolerance. But it's catered to us individually, essentially, from like a test we initially did, like a 20-minute max effort row test.
Max effort of 20 minutes.
It's that's like your baseline.
You're just saying this like it's
yeah, and then from there they can figure out exactly what you should be doing.
Okay.
But yeah, the sessions are pretty hard, to be honest with you. I did one today, the longest one that I think we've done so far, which is just over an hour. And it has like intervals in it, so you're kind of working really hard for 3 minutes and then a slightly slower pace for 3 minutes, but it's continuous for an hour, so it's pretty hard. Yeah.
My God.
It's pretty draining.
He's done a bit of stuff honing our technique as well.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
It turns out our rowing wasn't very...
Yeah. We're doing...
I mean, probably not too dissimilar to yourself.
Yeah.
Our exposure has been the rowing machine in the gym, which we'd all be like, pretty good at that.
Yeah.
Turns out we're not.
Technique was terrible.
So with the rowing machine, do you bring it up to your face? Do you bring it to your chest? Which one is it?
No, it's the chest. The issue what we
chest.
do, is we would get the chain as close into the sort of machine as we can, so you get more of the chain moving, which would then ultimately bring your heels off the floor, and then you're basically going on your toes. But the idea with that is that's not the case. Your arms remain straight the whole time, and heels try and remain as planted as they can. So it's like different.
It was just fine tuning, but it really made a difference.
Yeah.
And I don't think many people have been road trained. So him pointing that out, we were like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, when you're doing it, you're like, oh, actually, this is way better.
Yeah.
It's important because of how long we're doing it for. I think if we were doing it for a shorter amount of time, you can get away with quite bad technique or not perfect technique.
Yeah, of course.
But because we're doing it for such a long period of time, those aches, niggles, pains, lower back, legs from not doing it right, you'll really pay the price. So
getting it right now is really important.
Yeah, it is important. Yeah, it is important.
And just learning about pacing, you know, if you're going to be rowing for a day and a half, then you need to know what pace you're going at. You can't just get on and be like, okay, I'll go really fast, and then 10 minutes later be like, oh, I'm really tired now.
Right.
Like, it's that, what can I hold? I guess you relate everything to running, you know, going for a jog, you can keep going and you're like, okay, I feel all right. You can't just sprint out the door and then die at the end of the road and be like, well, I'm done.
Yeah, I got there really quickly though.
We're
all on the same stroke rate as well per minute. So the idea is that we're all then, once we get there and have fine-tuned it, we're all then doing the same sort of pace.
See, this was what I was going to ask. Okay. Carry on.
Yeah, I was just saying, so like we're all on, was it 20 to 22 strokes a minute?
Yeah, it averages about 20. Is like
so you're going to be in sync.
But then naturally,
in theory,
like we row faster or slower, so it's kind of bringing it together now. So I normally, it probably means nothing to you, but we'll row at like 16 strokes per minute. So I'm very slow, like big pull and then just slow. Whereas, what was yours?
I think I naturally row a little bit quicker. But then again, with the trying to marry up the wattage or the power output to the stroke rate, mine is naturally coming a bit slower now.
Right.
So I'm having to really generate.
So I'm having to speed mine up. They're having to slow theirs down. So we're going to meet in the middle somewhere, hopefully.
Because I didn't think about that, actually. If you're sending it, doing 24 strokes and he's doing 18.
Yeah, it wouldn't work very well. It wouldn't work very well. Be always battering each other.
Well, I was just thinking, is that a stupid question? But if you're not going at the same...
No, it needs to be at the same time, otherwise it won't work.
We have got, in April, we've got a 2-day kind of like safety course where we're going to go out on the boat we're using and we're going to stay the night there just to get used to it on the boat, obviously. But we should be able to get a little bit of time actually rowing on the boat with each other on the water, just to get that feel, because you can't replicate that in the gym.
No.
But yeah, that'll be like the first time we actually.
Yeah, we're going to row somewhere, sleep on the boat, row back, sleep on the boat, and then go.
Some safety stuff.
Fantastic. This is brilliant. Have you ever rowed? Is it rowed? Have you ever rowed on a boat in water before?
No.
On a river, I have. Yeah.
What, like in Stratford?
Yeah, in Stratford.
I've taken my girls out on there.
Doesn't really count, I suppose.
I've also paddleboarded in Stratford.
Okay, so Stratford's.
Stratford, the Channel, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Equally as choppy.
Okay, massive. So we know that this is happening June the 5th.
Yep.
June the 5th. Can people go down to support, watch?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the day
swim
before
alongside?
D-Day. I imagine there'll be a lot of people there anyway because it's a D-Day celebrations and anniversary. So the beach will be packed regardless because everyone will be there celebrating D-Day. But obviously, it's difficult to know where we will exactly land and what time.
This is what I'm finding difficult with my family. So if I take my wife and my young kids and they're standing on the beach waiting for us
for hours.
And then
we're 2 miles down the road
for hours, just like
you're arguing because the oars keep hitting each other.
Where's Daddy? And we're 10 hours later or something.
Different beach altogether.
They're not going to enjoy that. Yeah. My 2-year-old will not be that patient, so it's a hard one to watch, I guess. But
we've got a few coming down to watch us leave.
Yeah,
that will be the easier one.
Yeah, that's the easiest ones. Come down, watch us leave, because then you can just go home, you're done. But yeah, we've got a few people saying they want to, like my partner included, same as Priz's, but like you say, it's hard to actually say a set time because we have absolutely no idea. That's the reality of it, yeah.
Okay, a few questions from this one. And interesting, I was just thinking while you were talking about it, me and I potentially might be on the other side because me and my dad have said that I said I wanted to go to Normandy and to the beaches, and Dad said, well, why don't we do it around D-Day? My dad listens to this podcast, so he'll be smiling when he's listening to this. So potentially, I can't promise, but I would love to be there and, figure out which way where you're actually going to land. A question that I have: are you going to have like a navigation system with you?
Yeah, so there's one on board, but we are again
like a compass,
from Rannoch Adventures, who are giving us the boat. I say giving us, we are paying for it, but they're giving us the boat and a skipper, which is a captain. So he's navigated loads of routes before, so he'll use that navigation system to keep us on track. So we can just focus on the rowing, and he can focus on the navigation.
So is he going to be on the boat?
He'll be on the boat.
Okay,
but he won't be. We said this in the call to him. He's not allowed to row. You are specific. You're only there to navigate.
It'd be quite busy though. He also needs the VHF.
Yes, he'll be in comms with everyone.
So
yeah,
just get taken out by some massive hauler.
So he's safety, and we're the rowers.
Okay, so you have got somebody on the boat helping you guys in terms of knowing where you're going and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So otherwise, I don't know what we'd do.
Yeah, end up in new
compass. Yeah.
Food wise, what are you going to take to fuel yourself?
So
we were batting the idea about rations, which we may be able to get hold of. I mean,
army rations.
Yeah, the thing is, they're really
Marine rations.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Okay.
They're all pretty horrific.
They're just calories, though, aren't they?
But it's just calories, yeah. So they're like usually pretty calorie dense.
They're so easy to cook. So if we just take a jet boil, like it's like a small camping stove, put it in there, heat it up for 5 minutes, take it out, easy, good to go. And they're like maybe 500 to 800 calories per meal, so it'd be easy to do.
When we did the Three Castles, our nutrition was horrific.
What were you eating?
Nothing.
Wow, nothing. Nothing was the main issue.
Didn't drink anything, didn't eat anything.
And then we stopped for a KFC.
Yes. And then
no wonder it was so hard.
Yeah.
So this time we're determined to be a bit more on it.
A bit more on it with nutrition.
Okay, fabulous. In terms of what you are needing, obviously we've spoken about promotion. You mentioned a sponsor earlier. So is there anything that you guys are needing in terms of support? You've got the boat.
Yes. So we have the boat. We've agreed with the company. We've booked it. We've sorted it. We haven't. The issue that we're having at the moment, obviously, that comes with a price. Obviously, quite a large price. So it's 7,000 all in for the boat and skipper, and then that also involves the travel of the boat and skipper to and from France and back. And
you have to pay for that?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
But we've got a company who, at the moment, haven't actually officially gave the money over, so I won't mention them.
Yeah,
fine. So, but they're giving us about 3.5, so we need another 3.5 for the rest of the boat. So if we need another sponsor, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. Or several.
Or as many as we can get.
Yeah, like if we had 3 sponsors, all gave 1,500 quid each, then we're in. Nothing.
And would that just be, what would the sponsor get? Would they get anything from that, or would it just be like, I've done a good thing to help you guys?
No, they'd obviously get promotion with it. So by doing this, they'd get promotion on here.
Yep.
If we got on TV, they'd go on there. We'd get, obviously, their stuff put on T-shirts. Whether we can get it put on the boat, I don't actually know. We're still finding that out. Like put their sticker on the boat.
Yeah.
So when they get like the finished photo, their brand will be on there, but we're still waiting to confirm that. But then also when we get ideally we get a flag made for it, they'd have the sponsorship on the flag and stuff like that. So they'd get a lot of sponsorship from it.
Fabulous.
And then, like I say, if we manage to get hold of Guinness Book of World Records and get it confirmed, then their brand will be in the Guinness Book of World Records and in history.
Oh yeah, literally. Okay, so we need sponsors.
Until some better rowers boat beat it the next year.
Yeah.
They just get lucky with the weather.
Yeah.
And an engine on there.
Yeah,
probably.
Okay, so we need more people involved, and we need sponsors.
Yes.
So if there are any big businesses, small businesses listening to this podcast or watching this podcast and you want to get involved, please contact Operation Neptune 2 on Instagram and TikTok.
And soon to be when Ellie downloads TikTok.
Okay, so that sort of brings us to the end of our podcast today and our chat about this amazing thing that you guys are doing. How are you actually feeling about it? Like, are you excited, nervous, dreading it?
Definitely excited.
Excited, yeah.
Yeah. I only got nervous just the other day when I flew to Tenerife on holiday, and I looked out the window at the sea, And it was only C.
Pretty fast, yeah.
I was like, oh, that looks great.
Yeah. Excited to get it done. I think the training is, I don't want to say it could be harder, but the training is hard. And we're committing to 4 days a week, and like it is really tough training, to be honest with you. Very, very good, but yeah, quite difficult.
Which I didn't think about.
Is the training a bit boring as well, just sat on a rowing machine?
Can be, but to be fair, it's really good. The way they've programmed it is we do quite a lot of interval-esque stuff.
Okay.
So we end up working harder for like a 3-minute stint, and then we'll have like a rest period or a slower stroke rate or whatever. So it does, you're looking at 3 minutes rather than an hour piece.
Yeah.
So that helps a little
It's
bit.
not like you get on and row for an hour, is it?
Yeah.
I think because it's quite data driven, you don't really switch off. You can't. So it's like hold this pace for this amount of time. So you're constantly trying to adjust. And then before you know it, the hour's done.
Yeah, you're looking at
70 minutes or whatever it is. Yeah. It's a lot easier than just being like, oh, just sit on the rowing machine.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not boring, I wouldn't say, but it's a lot. It's a lot when you're not used
Intense.
to it. Yeah.
Okay, so there's excitement, a bit of nerves. Pris, how are you feeling?
Yeah. Good. Similar to the three castles, though, I feel like I do this. I just kind of forget about it until the week before, and then it all becomes a bit real. So it feels quite real chatting to you about it when, you know, we band about, we have a bit of a laugh, we do our training, but we haven't, you know, I'm not thinking, oh my God, we're actually going to be on the middle of the channel. So I'll think about that
I
when
don't
we
think it
are.
would hit until, like you say, the night before. Same with the free castles.
Yeah.
It didn't hit until I was like, I had my burger and was stood in the gym like, oh, this is going to be shit.
Yeah.
And it's another really cool experience. Like, I like to
Yeah.
try and
Mega
take
cool
these
experience.
things off.
Yeah.
There's not many people that
Honestly.
get the opportunity to do it, and to do it for such a great cause as well.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a great opportunity. That's why it's excitement, I'd say, more so than anything.
Well, I'm excited, genuinely. I really am. And as soon as you mentioned this to me, I was like, get on the podcast. I want to talk about this. And you have my full respect, genuinely, because this is a big thing. But, I mean, I know I've only met you guys today, and Jacob, I know you anyway, but the mindset that you three have got, I don't doubt that you'll make this a success. I think the three of you are very likeable characters. So I think this episode will do well in terms of people getting on board. People need to know you to understand what you're doing. So push that out on your social media. You know, like you did with the reel of like who you are and stuff like that. If you're having a laugh in the gym, film it, because more people need to know, because this is massive. Okay? Yeah. How are you feeling after filming this podcast today? Do you feel like...
It's gone quicker than I anticipated. Like, just
It was
looks more
about bang on the money as well. It's good having a clock in here.
My first ever podcast.
My first ever podcast.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
It's been
It's
Yeah?
been good. Absolutely.
Good. I'm really grateful that you came on. At Operation Neptune on social media.
Operation Neptune 2.
On social media. The GoFundMe link, where's that?
That's in the bio of Operation Neptune 2 Insta.
Okay, fabulous. So if anybody wants to find out, have a look on the socials, donate via that link. Every little bit helps you guys.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously Google Hallie's Hideaway, see what they do as well.
Amazing.
Really, really good.
Important charity.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
People want a bit more awareness, have a look at that as well, definitely.
Fantastic. Okay. So thank you very much. That is the end of our podcast today. And I hopefully might see you in Normandy. If not, Southampton. Thank you for listening to another episode of the You Look Happier podcast. If you are listening to this, please feel free to follow us on our socials, you_look_happier. And if you're watching it on YouTube, please click like and subscribe.